So we're just heading out of Nanaimo. We've been here for like 2 weeks and a little bit. 2 weeks and a day. So we're heading to Nanoose Bay. We still don't have the fridge that we've been waiting for, but Nanoose is actually like closer to where the fridge is than where we are right now, so we'd still be able to pick it up when it comes in, which is supposed to be sometime this week. And we should be able to actually sail today. It's supposed to be like 10 to 15 knots out there in the correct direction, so fingers crossed we can get the sails up and actually enjoy the day a little bit out there. But it is a really, really nice day out, so it's the perfect day to be leaving.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. The weather's supposed to fall apart a little bit later today, but I think once we get out of Departure Bay, the wind's gonna be in our favor, or it's supposed to be in our favor. That all changed between last night and this morning, like it always does.
I'm Taryn, this is Logan, and this is Max. Join us as we live and sail in the Pacific Northwest on our 40-foot steel sailboat. Good job, Eagle! Weather forecasts that we look at. 2 of them are on predict wind and 1 of them is the government one. All 3 of them said different things today and all 3 of them were wrong.
I don't know, the government one is right.
Right now?
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to have wind southeast.
This afternoon. It said early afternoon.
Oh, okay. So the government one might still be right, but the 2 on predict wind were not. So we're currently motoring straight into the wind in hopes that it switches to southeast because we're heading northwest. But right now the wind is blowing northwest. So the government said early afternoon, it's 20 minutes after 12 o'clock. So we'll see.
By 1 o'clock I'll start to lose faith.
In case you didn't catch that, Logan said by 1 o'clock. He's going to start to lose faith, so I have lost it already. We'll see. It's about a 4-hour journey to where we're going, so our estimated time of arrival is like 2:45. So yeah. 2:45.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we didn't get that wind that was forecast, but clearly we're not mad. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's a decent wake coming off of him.
Yeah. Look at how glassy that water is. It's just so cool.
So this is again the area where all the killer whales have been sighted in the last, I don't know, 6 months or whatever. There have been so many sightings and we have not seen them once. So today I went on like the Facebook group that tells you when people have seen them. And of course there was 2 whales heading towards Nanaimo from south while we're heading north. So we still haven't seen them. But I'm very much hoping that while we're in Nanoose Bay, or sorry, not Nanoose Bay, while we're in Northwest Bay in Nanoose, that maybe they'll come into the bay. They've been known to do that. So maybe they'll come say hi. Maybe? Maybe? I'm really hoping. Are you hoping too, Max? Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now that we didn't see them while we were in the bay, despite, of course, reports of them coming into the bay just hours after we left. However, on our way into the bay...
What did you see?
Killer whales! dream about killer whales like at least once a month. And in the dreams, I get so excited that I'm seeing killer whales, and they come like right up to the beach, or they come right up next to the boat. Sometimes I even swim with them. But every time I have these dreams, I know that it's a dream because I don't have a camera with me. Or the last one I did have a camera with me, but then I had theme music playing and I was like, I don't have theme music in real life. So every single time I have these dreams, I like ruin them for myself because I know that they're not real life, but I think that they're real life until I like have one of those things happen, and then I'm like, crap, this isn't real. But you know what? There was no theme music today, and I had 3 cameras. So I know it was real this time.
We got our wind changed. It's switched around to southeast now. Perfect for sailing as we arrive to our destination. No, there's not very much wind. It's supposed to pick up a little bit later this afternoon. But yeah, we just saw killer whales too. That was cool.
Super cool.
Yeah, 3 adults and a little baby one. It's too bad we couldn't get any really like close-up pictures of them so we could try and identify them, but we didn't. They were hunting, so they didn't want to come any closer to us, I don't think.
I have to admit, when Logan decided he wanted to head to Nanoose for the rest of our fridge wait, I wasn't too excited. I thought being in Nanoose would be like being in Nanaimo, but without any of the benefits of being in a city. Surrounded by cars and noise and pollution, but without a grocery store nearby. Luckily, Northwest Bay was completely different than I expected, and I was wrong. Nanoose is kind of an unusual community. The bay next to this one, Craig Bay, used to be the home of the Nanawas people. The government forcibly relocated them to Nanoose Bay, right across from the naval base. It is a heck of a lot windier there, full of marine farms, and only the Navy are allowed to bring boats in and out without special permission. In between these strange points of history is Northwest Bay. Here you can easily visually see the pinnacle of what this community is today. What was once a neighborhood filled with fishermen, loggers, and their kids is now populated by retirees and deer, living in multi-million-dollar homes. I'm sure you can understand why I was a bit worried about bringing our live-aboard sailboat here, especially because we had received less than a warm response in other locations. Well, we made it to our destination, and now it's raining. There's actually a thunderstorm. We only heard thunder once though, but
It was big.
It was a big thunder. So now we've got a few projects that we just figured out we need to do, and we're just gonna hang out, I guess, for the rest of the day. As you can see, the sun came back just in time for sunset. The water is completely dead calm again. It's just like incredibly beautiful here. Our bow roller that our chain runs over, it's completely worn through, so Logan's just in the process of trying to switch that one with the one that was beside it because there was 2 tracks and the other bow roller hasn't really been used at all. But the 2 sides are slightly different size, of course, so he's fiddling around with it trying to get it to fit. And then we're gonna go to shore, and I guess I'll probably go for a swim. What about you, Max? You like that word. Yeah, you do. Nanoose, which is a fairly populated area, but we're the only people in the anchorage right now. And we're just like walking in this cool forest that just goes all the way along the beach. Ready? Okay, I'm going. Woo! Woo! You jerk. Whew. Chilly. Well, what do you think, Logan? Was it worth it?
The swimming?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. What do you think about this anchorage?
It's pretty epic. And I'm cold and ready to be back on the boat.
It's pretty epic.
It is. So this morning we've been playing this really fun game called Are We Dragging or Is It Just Low Tide? So we anchored here yesterday in, what was it? We anchored in 18 feet of water, and there was another 7 feet that we were supposed to gain before like high tide. And so we let out a 5-to-1 scope for high tide, which was 125 feet. But right now, we are in 13 feet of water with that same amount of chain out. So this morning the anchor alarm went off on Logan's phone because it was saying that we were like way away and that we were dragging. But we're not dragging, we just have a 13-foot tidal difference. You can see here, we're at 12 point something feet. Pretty shallow, but manageable because we only have a 5-foot draft. So we have gotten a lot closer to the log booms that are behind us because we have so much chain out that it's like, it's not dragging, but like obviously there's that much more chain in the water to move horizontally. So we were a little bit worried that we were actually dragging, but, and you can kind of see too that the logs that we walked around yesterday where there was like a whole lagoon almost between us and the log booms, they're actually like right on shore right now because the tide's gone down so far. And we're about an hour away from low tide and then it should start rising again and we should start moving away from the log booms. The joys of living in northern latitudes with big tides, I guess. Also, when we anchor, we always put out enough chain to be 5-to-1 at high tide because we've dragged twice now where we didn't have as much chain out as like 5-to-1, and the wind shifted in the middle of the night when we had a high tide and we ended up dragging. Like at low tide, it's obviously probably too much chain, but at high tide, it's perfect and we end up staying in one place, which is what we want, obviously. In the continuing saga of what the heck is going on today, we have determined that we are not dragging anchor, but
We don't think.
the wind has now switched almost 180 degrees. We're in the middle of a thunderstorm, and something on our boat definitely just like sparked. Like there was electricity where there shouldn't have been electricity.
I don't think we got hit, but man, were we close. That was crazy.
And now the wind's picking back up. It died and is now, I don't actually know what it's doing. Every one of us in here is pointing a different direction, so it's hard to tell. But look at this mean cloud. Yeah, now it's coming like, I don't even know what direction that is. We've unplugged most of the electronics, so now we're facing the same direction as the other. Jesus, what is that sparking?
Oh shit. I don't know. I am not.
It's like the forestay or something. Or backstay, I mean.
Is it?
Or would it be that antenna up there? Something just sparked twice. The rain poured down on us for about an hour, but luckily there wasn't any more close encounters with lightning. It was pretty unnerving to have such a close encounter with lightning, but our research has shown that the chances of us actually being struck by lightning directly are pretty slim, even with a large metal mast. And being a steel boat in a storm like this actually is one of the safer options because a steel boat, theoretically, will have more surface area for grounding than a fiberglass boat. Who's the handsome wet dog? Is it you, Max? Are you the handsome wet dog? Are you? Yeah, I think so. Well, we had another storm after that one, and now, as you can see, it is dead calm. The second storm wasn't a thunderstorm or a lightning storm, it was just like a rainstorm. We did get 2 of them. And now we're back to perfect calm, blissful amazingness. Oh, also, we re-anchored because one of the guys who drives like the tug boom boats over there came over and said that they're moving that big log boom tomorrow morning. And by tomorrow morning I mean like 1 a.m. and they needed to come through where we were. So we anchored over here instead. Also, that tugboat guy came and said that he saw the lightning strikes and they figured they were like pretty much right between our boat and one of the other boats. That's probably why we saw our own boat looking like it had a mini lightning strike, because it probably carried through the water and into our rigging. So hopefully that's all okay, but that's what we figure happened today. So kind of sketchy, but at least it didn't strike our boat. Very eventful day. And look at our new spot. Oh, we're gonna have to put fenders on. No, Max.
Literally just came and climbed up our ladder.
You booger. Join us next week when we finally get the fridge we've been waiting weeks for and deal with a jellyfish invasion. And thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. We are happy to have you here with us.